Hi everyone, and a big welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be filming a very fun and potentially very embarrassing and awkward video. We are going to be watching my first ever booktube video together, and I will react to it as we go along. I sincerely hope you all enjoy this because I'm not too sure I'm going to. So for context, I started my booktube channel around 3.5 years ago when I was 21 years of age. I was in my 3rd year of university studying for my philosophy degree at the University of York. I started my channel by doing the booktube newbie tag because that was just the thing to do. I was really nervous then. I'm kind of nervous now, not going to lie. I'm hoping this is going to be fun and nice in some ways to look back at where I've come from, and also just hopefully entertaining for you guys. Let's just get the video playing, shall we? And we can chat as we go along. Okay, let's go.
Hi everyone, my name is Jasmine and I'm here because I really want to talk about books. So I'm wanting to start my own booktube channel and I thought the booktube newbie tag would be the best place to start, so I'm just going to answer some of those questions for you now and hopefully it'll all go okay.
Oh god. I genuinely feel anxious right now just remembering how scared I was while filming that intro. My heart was going a million miles an hour, my throat felt like it was closing up, I was sweating a lot. That jumper was so thick. I was terrified that nobody was going to watch my video and I would feel like a failure. I was also terrified that somebody might actually watch me in this horrible video. In my wildest dreams, I did not believe that this would be me now, 3.5 years later, still doing this thing.
Question 1 is, why did you start this channel? I love booktube, I've been watching it for a while now. I think it's a brilliant place for people to talk about books and recommend books, and it is where I get most of my recommendations. And I've been wanting to get more involved with the community than just simply watching the videos for a while, but I've been a bit nervous, so this is me just going for it and starting, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I loved booktube at this point. I was in full booktube watching mode. I did actually have a blog at this point on WordPress that I don't use anymore, but yeah, I was reading and reviewing and watching a lot of booktube at this point. Then one day, Cameron, my then boyfriend of 4 years, my now husband, said that I should try starting my own booktube channel. He was just like, just try filming it, see how it feels. Obviously, you can just stop at any time. And after weeks, or maybe months, to be honest, of being terrified and putting it off, I finally filmed my first video.
Question number 2 is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to booktube? So if I'm honest, I find this question quite intimidating. It seems to suggest that you need to be fun and unique to be here, which I'm not sure I am. I'm just here to talk about books and kind of join in the discussion and talk about what things I've been reading and get more recommendations. And so I'm not really concerning myself with being fun or unique. To be honest, I'm just here to be surrounded by people who love books as much as I do, so I'm not going to worry too much about that, or I might be too scared and just stop.
Oh my god. You know what though? She's fucking right. I remember that question was so scary to me, and I've seen lots of other booktubers who've also done the booktube newbie tag try and answer that question and just react in a similar way. You do not need to bring anything fun or unique to booktube. You don't need to do anything. Just be yourself, be present, and chat about books. Well done, past Jasmine, for not letting this question put you off entirely.
In terms of individuality though, I suppose I could say that I do like to read a wide range of books. I'm not trying to claim that I am by any means the only person on Booktube who does this, because I'm aware that a lot of people read lots of different genres now. There used to be more of a divide between YA and literary fiction, but now there isn't so much. But I like reading all types of fiction and non-fiction, and so I'm hoping that maybe I'll be able to offer some recommendations for anyone, no matter what you like.
Not really sure that that's entirely true, that I like reading all types of fiction and non-fiction, but whatever, we get the point.
Question number 3 is, what are you most excited for about this channel? I mean, this might be the most generic answer in the world, but just talking about what books I'm loving and hearing about what other books other people are loving.
Oh, I really ran out of breath there, didn't I? Because I was feeling so anxious and talking was so hard. While we are paused though, let me just tell you a little bit more about me at this time. Like I mentioned, I was in my 3rd year of uni at this point. I was living with my closest girlfriends. We're still friends now. I had the attic room right up in the top of the house, which I loved. It had the best view of York and the Minster out of that skylight you can see there. Career-wise, I knew that I wanted to work as an editor in fiction publishing at this point. I was doing tons of extra work experience outside of my degree in order to help my future self get work as an editor. Fortunately, I was very, very lucky and did manage to get a job as a junior editor at a children's independent publishing house really, really quickly after graduating. I really wish I could tell that to me then now. Okay, let's carry on.
Question number 4 is, why do you love reading? Character is usually my favourite aspect of reading. I love reading from different people's perspectives, people who are like me in many ways or people that are not like me in other ways. And I just think that's absolutely fascinating, and learning about the world from different people's perspectives and different people's experiences. I think that's really cool. And I also think it's a really important part of reading. But I also just love getting swept away by a story. I absolutely love storytelling. I can just curl up for hours and read a book, and I would much rather be swept away by a story in book form than film form any day. I suppose another reason that I love reading is that I love language, and so as well as the actual story and the characters, I just love the way that different authors can use language and manipulate language to create different experiences and to portray different aspects of character. I just think that's so fascinating, and it's so amazing the way different authors do it, and so I really love reading books for that reason as well.
Yeah, that's definitely all still true. Character and language are by far my favourite aspects of books, and also yes to preferring books to films.
Question number 5 is, what book or series got you into reading? So honestly, I don't know. I cannot remember a time when I wasn't reading and before that I was being read to. So there wasn't really one particular book or series that got me into reading, I wouldn't say. But some of my earliest reading memories are books by authors like Roald Dahl. I absolutely loved Roald Dahl as a kid. It's not very unique, but there it is. Things like Matilda and James the Giant Peach, they were my favourite. But also when I was quite young, early Jacqueline Wilson was a big favourite. There was also another book series that I can't remember what they're called, but they were pink and they had fairies on the front. I think they were called like Fairy Dust or something. I don't know. They were great.
Such a basic bitch. I do have to say though, while we're here, this video really isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Sure, I'm clearly terrified and talking quite strangely because of this. The lighting isn't great, the camera quality isn't great, but you know what, it's fine. I'm giving fine answers, I'm looking in the lens, which is actually kind of a miracle, and my editing isn't even that bad, I don't think, so I'm impressed.
Question number 6 is, what questions would you ask your favourite booktubers? So I suppose I should start by saying that 2 of my favourite booktubers at the moment are definitely Simon from Savage Reads. I think he's brilliant, he's so funny and so nice, and we have very similar tastes in books. And also Jean from Jean Bookish Thoughts is brilliant. I've been watching her for a very long time.
Yeah. Two classic booktubers there. Both truly brilliant and both massive inspirations for me in starting my own channel.
So what I'd probably ask them if I could is, how do you read so much? I mean, I read quite a lot, and all my family and friends would say I read a hell of a lot, but I do not read nearly as much as them. I would love to know how to fit more reading into my life. They're both extremely busy people, and they seem to be very organised. They read a lot, and they manage to make videos and put them out, and I suppose I would just like some tips to be able to do all that the way they do. I'll try.
Yeah, I mean, I do have to say, I have got a lot better at this than I was then. I listen to a lot more audiobooks than I did back then. I also read a lot more poetry collections, which are obviously shorter. And I also just live with a husband now who also really likes to read. Studying for your degree and living with your best friends isn't the most conducive environment to reading a lot of books, and that's okay.
Question number 7 is, in starting a booktube channel, what do you think will be the hardest challenges to overcome? If I'm honest, all of this is terrifying to me. I have never filmed a video like this before, and often like public speaking and speaking in front of people is really, really difficult for me. And so this is quite nerve-wracking. But I mean, I'm hoping that I'll improve the more I do it.
Honestly, that is so true. It was so true then, and it is still true now. For those of you who don't know, I suffer from a few mental illnesses. I'm diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, and depression. I've had these things for the majority of my life. I've been treated for them throughout my life in various ways. Uni was a particularly difficult time for me with my mental illnesses, and speaking in front of people and giving presentations was just not something I could do. I actually had some of my assessments altered during my degree because I physically could not do those things. Pleased to report that over the years, Booktube has certainly helped build my confidence in this way and in many others. It's genuinely kind of amazing. I am now so much more confident in front of the camera, obviously, but also just in my general life as well. It's been a pretty cool thing.
And I suppose another thing is, I have never edited a video in my life. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this after I've finished filming it, so that's probably going to be pretty difficult, and it'd be cool if I could get better at that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still not particularly good at editing. I don't think I ever will be. I've made peace with it.
Question number 8 is, when did you start reading? So like I mentioned before, I cannot remember a time when I wasn't reading or being read to, and I have absolutely no idea what age I started reading. But my mum always tells me that I started to read really, really young, so I don't know, like 3 or 4? I don't know.
Oh God, please make it stop. Could I have made that any more awkward? God. Moving swiftly on.
Question number 9 is, where do you read? So I read anywhere. I will read in bed, I will read in front of the TV, I will read on the bus, I will read on the train, I will read walking down the street. My family and friends think I'm absolutely insane. I will literally walk to university on the pavement reading my book. No one has any idea how I don't bump into things or fall over people, and I suppose people just move out of my way. I have no idea. I've got it quite down to a T, like reading the book, flicking my eyes up every couple of lines to make sure I'm not going to walk into anything. But honestly, I will just read wherever I go, as much as I can.
Yeah. All still true. Why be doing anything when you could be doing that thing and reading?
Question 10 is, what do you like to read? I read quite a lot, and I will read literally anything anyone puts in front of me, and I know I always say that. But primarily I like to read literary fiction. That is what I read most of the time, that I enjoy the most. But I also read a lot of classics. I read children's fiction, YA fiction, and also fantasy. I do read non-fiction and poetry. I don't read as much non-fiction and poetry as the other genres.
Interesting. Literary fiction and classics are both definitely right up there for me. Book poetry is something that I read a ton of now, way more than I read back then. It's something I absolutely love now, and I couldn't do without it in my reading. Let's close this thing out, shall we?
So that's all the questions done. That was my Booktube newbie tag. I hope it went okay. Thank you so much for watching if you got this far, and hopefully I'll see you again soon with a new video. Okay, bye.
Oh, I still do that little wave at the end of my videos, don't I? So there we go. That was my first ever video. I actually don't think that was that bad, was it? I thought it was kind of sweet. It's so funny though, being able to watch yourself back at a specific time in that way and just remember everything that was going on at the time. I am so grateful that I started this channel. I am so pleased and proud that I pushed myself and put myself out there. It has been such a ride so far. I have done so many cool things and met so many cool people and just developed as a reader and a person so much. I would love to tell this past self that I would still be going in 2021, that I would have over 7,500 subscribers, that I would have lovely comments from genuinely cool, kind, intelligent people on every video for me to read and reply to. This was so much fun. Thank you so much for all joining me on this little journey. If by any chance any of you are thinking of starting your own channel, I cannot recommend it more highly. If you want to, and if you can, please take the chance and do it. Look at where I started and how utterly terrified I was, for fuck's sake. And if you do end up starting a channel at whatever point, please let me know in the comments. I would love to support you. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching as always. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're all doing well. I can't wait to chat to some of you down below, and I will see you all soon in a new video. Bye.